Winter, 1939. Almost night. A red glow spreads across the frozen forests, stretching over a silent, snow-covered wilderness. Through this frozen land, a column of Soviet soldiers marches forward. This is the Winter War, Stalin's invasion of Finland, Talvisota, as the Finns call it. Suddenly, a flash cuts through the cold air. A man collapses into the snow. The column freezes. A shout breaks the silence. "Sniper fire! Get down!" The soldiers drop to the ground, scrambling for cover. And then another shot rings out. Another body falls. A whisper spreads among the men. Quiet but terrified. The White Death. In the distance, barely visible, stands a man dressed entirely in white, blending perfectly with the snow, the forest, the frozen landscape itself. Snow drifts around him as he balances his rifle on gloved hands, waiting patiently for another soul to step into his sights. But who is this man, the one who strikes fear into the heart of every Soviet soldier in Finland? His name is Simo Häyhä. Born and raised in the harsh forests of southern Finland's Karelia region, Simo was a hunter long before he was a soldier, a farmer, a skier, a man shaped by silence, patience, and cold. He would later say that his childhood spent hunting, skiing, and surviving the wilderness became the foundation of his deadly skill. At just 17 years old, Simo joined Finland's civil guard and later the Finnish army. He refined his marksmanship relentlessly, winning shooting competitions again and again. His home, according to those who knew him, was filled with trophies for accuracy. When the war began, Simo was assigned to a defensive unit guarding Finland's eastern border. It didn't take long for his commanders to notice his talent. Within days, he was ordered to operate independently as a sniper. Ironically, his first mission was a counter-sniper operation. Simo later recalled, "One day, my commander tried to eliminate an enemy sniper using a scoped rifle. The Russian was positioned about 400 meters away and kept firing at our lines. After a while, my commander called me over and pointed out where he believed the sniper was hiding. One of our lieutenants acted as an observer. At first, I saw nothing, just a small rock. But after careful observation, we spotted him behind a small snowbank near that rock. I aimed carefully with my trusted M28-30, and the first shot hit its mark. Fear of Simo grew so intense that Soviet forces began calling artillery strikes on areas where they suspected he might be hiding. They fired 50 shells around my position, Simo once said, all for nothing. Despite their efforts, the Soviets never did more than scratch him or tear his coat. Simo's sniper tactics were revolutionary for the time. Unlike most snipers, he refused to use a scope. Glass could reflect light. Light could reveal position. Instead, he relied on iron sights and claimed many enemy snipers paid for their mistake when their scopes betrayed them. The cold never bothered him. He wore multiple layers of thick winter clothing and moved with absolute discipline. On one bitter December day, Simo headed into the wilderness to one of his favorite positions, a snow-covered tree with low-hanging branches overlooking a valley. He packed snow into his mouth to hide the vapor of his breath. He built a small snow wall around himself. With a day's rations, he waited, motionless, for hours. Like any true hunter, he waited patiently. And then his patience was rewarded. 4 Soviet soldiers entered his sights. Simo fired, reloaded, fired again. 4 shots, 4 bodies left in the snow, never to rise again. That day, he fired 25 shots, setting a record for confirmed kills in a single day. The legend of the White Death only grew. It reached not only Soviet soldiers, but Soviet high command itself. A bounty was placed on his head. Enemy snipers went out looking for him. One waited for hours in an ambush. When night fell, the sniper assumed Simo had left and stood up to return to base. A single shot cracked through the silence. The Russian never heard it coming. By late January 1940, Simo had achieved over 200 confirmed kills and was awarded a custom rifle by the Finnish government. Still, he continued to use his trusted M28-30, By the end of the war, his tally exceeded 500 confirmed sniper kills in just 100 days, a record that has never been surpassed. In early March, Simo led a small Finnish unit against overwhelming Red Army forces, attempting to break through the forest. He later recalled, "We were in the dark forests of Uilisma. We were ordered to counterattack. At dawn, we crossed a swamp, nearly 300 meters wide, and charged the enemy. My rifle worked perfectly. Some enemy soldiers were less than 2 meters away. The enemy began to retreat, but a few very brave soldiers stayed behind to cause chaos among us. Then a shot rang out from 50 to 100 meters away. Simo felt the impact. A whistle, tunnel vision, and then everything turned white for the White Death. After the battle, Finnish soldiers found what they believed were his remains and placed him among the fallen. Then someone noticed a leg twitching. Simo was alive. Half of his face had been destroyed by an explosive bullet. He remained in a coma for 3 days. By the time he awoke, the Winter War was over. Over the following years, Simo underwent 26 surgeries to reconstruct his shattered jaw, rebuilt using bone taken from his thigh. After recovery, he lived quietly on a small farm in the Finnish countryside. Simo Häyhä died in 2002, at the age of 96. He left behind the legacy of the greatest sniper in history, a Finnish hero, and a legend. When asked what he felt toward the enemy, Simo replied, "I had no feelings toward them. I just shot, reloaded, and kept going while there were enemies. I didn't care if he was an officer or not. I was lucky I never dreamed about the war. I always slept well. I did what I was told as well as I could." And when asked how he became such a good marksman, his answer was simple: practice.